No Jumper, coolest podcast in the world. And today, I'm back in here with 100K Track. How you feeling, my guy?
Big 100K in his bed, you know what's going on with the boy, the GOAT, Mr. Jumper himself.
Mr. Jumper himself. Man, you came a long way since I met you, my friend.
I got diamonds now.
Yeah.
Everywhere.
To say the least.
Right.
Things have changed a little bit. You're making music now.
Yes, sir.
Switching up. I mean, you were making music when I met you. I think you were already
'cause
past making music, right?
The first time you met me, like I was in the studio putting the music together.
Right.
So I was still involved with music.
Because you were making music when you were younger, and then
Yeah.
you kind of got more into the business side of things, and then at a certain point,
Facts.
you decided you wanted to start making music again?
Right. And not even super younger, like what, 18 to 25.
That's when you were rapping?
Yeah, 'cause I just turned 30. So
Okay.
I only stopped rapping for like 4.5 years, going on 5. After I met with Kodak, I stopped doing music.
It's kind of crazy, though, because that's the time in your life where you really started making a shitload of money and getting your business together, right?
Right. That's what I'm saying. Shit. I guess that's how it's supposed to work out.
All right.
Because other than that, I would have still been a struggling upcoming artist,
Right.
rather than a boss ass new artist.
Right.
So I guess vice versa, it works out for me in a long way.
It is kind of funny, though, because it's like you already had an identity, basically.
I did.
People already knew you.
In the
like,
city,
You're already
Florida.
doing
Yeah.
interviews, doing all this shit. And then at a certain point, it's like in the rap game, you either have to decide that you're going to go for the rap thing, or you like, you look at people like, Coach K and P and them.
Yeah.
And they like are bosses in the game.
Yeah, it is.
And they never felt the need to go for it. What made you feel like you wanted to go for that again?
I feel like the route is different though, and the character and the person is different because I don't know how much time they committed to them being an artist before there was a CEO. But
I don't even know if they ever.
Yeah,
rapped.
I don't know. But the opposite with me, I actually started doing music at 16, so I'm not trying to be an artist. I dropped like 6-7 projects on DatPiff and on like whatever platform was that platform at that time.
Right.
Got like 6-7 songs. So from 18 to 25, all I did consistently was music. So I really transitioned from 25 to 30. So you could say 5 years, a year with Kodak, fully no music, and then 4 years with 100K, fully no music. So
Right.
to just to get life right, because at the end of the day, like you got to get life right.
Right.
I don't care how much you want to rap or how much you want to do. You got to get life right.
Do you think if Melly didn't get locked up that you would be rapping right now?
Honestly, bro, like I don't know what I would be doing if Melly didn't get locked up.
I bet you would have been so busy focused on keeping his career in line that you maybe wouldn't have had the space to be like, I'm going to rap?
Well, in a other like situation with a normal regular artist, I would say yes, but with Melly's kind of different. That man had everybody rapping, his mom, his homeboys, his little brother, so who knows.
So
But
he was on your ass to rap even though you were on your hiatus?
they always was like getting in the studio, because I'm always freestyling. I walk around writing music and stuff. I'm consistently in the studio with them. It's just that it's not that time. Like I'm 1 year in the 100K, really 2 years, but 1 year with like an artist that's actually had potential. So me and my wife was like, no, it's not that time yet. Like, let's focus on the business. Let's focus on the brand. Because at the end of the day, I'm still trying to win at what I'm doing. And I am winning at what I'm doing. Me and my partner, you know what I'm saying? Me and my wife, we're winning at what we're doing. So I didn't want to leave that and go chase a hoop dream right now.
Definitely. But I mean, I've told this story a couple times on here before, but I was amazed when I saw you in the studio with Melly at one point because he went in the booth, did like a long ass freestyle, basically, just raps for 10 minutes.
Drunk as hell.
Crazy as fuck, just going for it.
Because you brought them bottles in there.
I had a few drinks that night.
You brought, 3 bottles?
3? Shit, it doesn't sound like me. I'm not normally that generous, but that'd be pretty cool. Maybe.
I think we had like 3 bottles in there that night.
It might have been Desto Dub. He might have brought it in.
Yeah.
Wait, no, he wasn't in there.
No,
I was on FaceTime with him. That's why I feel like he was there.
I ain't gonna lie, we had a lot of bottles, but go ahead.
But then like, so you basically go over to the engineer once Melly's done freestyling, and you had been like locked in, paying attention while he's recording. So you already knew kind of like how this was going to look in your head. And so then you kind of said, all right, cut this part out and then like move this part here. And you sort of like basically took control of forming his crazy freestyle into something coherent.
And what's so crazy, Adam? That same record just came out on my project. That just came out, the No Love. And I put Tootsie on there.
Wow.
I put Tootsie on the first verse and put my artist FCG Heem on the second verse. And
who was in here a couple months ago.
Yep, and I put another artist, DK Author, who be with Jay Prince and them on there as well.
Right.
So that just came out. But nah, like how that came from is like, right, when I first met Melly, just learning him for like being in the studio with him, moving him around, he's extremely talented. But at that time, he just came home. He's young. He's getting money. He's drinking, living life. So sometimes he get in the studio and he just rams on and go crazy. So me just being like, bro, we're not going to waste today. I know that song could be better. Like, he like, man, do what you do, track. You heard what he said, bro. Go ahead. I'm about to go vibe, hang now. Go hang with the little chick he was with. So it was just from doing that. So I kind of was just like, you know what? Let me use this formula since we're already here. And he's already wasted. He did 3 songs previously without me.
Right.
So that was like the last song, and it ended up being No Love too.
It's just a really, like if you're an artist and you're recording, you also have to be thinking in the back of your head, like, is what I just did good?
Yeah.
Is this good or is this bad? Like, you have to be judging yourself. If you have somebody you can trust, so you know that if you say something that doesn't sound good, that it's gonna not make it onto it, and if you say something that sounds really good, it's gonna make it. That's just like basically allows the artist to feel totally free, and they can just rap, say whatever the fuck they want, and the good shit will make it to the end product.
And bro, no lie, like Melly didn't even need that sometimes because he would do takes like that, but sometimes just some adjustments make songs like that record a little bit more special. So
Right.
And he trusted me to do that, and I appreciate him for that.
Definitely. How do you feel, because his trial is upcoming, right? Like, wasn't it supposed
March
to be
7th.
very recently and then it got pushed back again?
It was upcoming March 7th. I think they pushed it back just a week just to get everything like you know.
March 7th. So for the record, that's 6 days from now.
It technically was 6 days from now, but they pushed it back like another week.
Another week. Okay. So in about 2 weeks, we'll get to see the trial start unless something else comes up.
Hopefully nothing else come up. I don't think it is. So it should be ready.
So you're feeling very, very confident about this.
I was always confident about it. You know that.
Yeah.
Because we just used to it. We know like how the system is. We know like certain things you could do and you can't do. Like, and they just trying to do their best they could do. But it's, you know what I'm saying? Melly's innocent, so.
Right. Because it's kind of crazy we see this thing happen nowadays where you have a case and then before it even goes to trial, you see the battle in the court of public opinion taking place on social media. We've seen that with the Tory Lanez and Meg Thee Stallion thing, where it's like each side is just pushing narratives. And it's interesting with Melly because the cops have very much like been doing their thing, like putting their shit out to the news, et cetera, and like really doing everything they can to sort of show what they have in terms of evidence or whatever. And then meanwhile, we haven't really heard anything from Melly or his team, if I'm not mistaken.
I feel like they really took that approach because, one, they are trying to criminalize him. So anything they feel like they could put out there that could just make something shake, maybe turn somebody out or maybe bring new information, they're just gonna just do that as a defensive, his defense team. Right. It's not their job to clear like everything they put out on social media. It's not a verbatim battle like, oh, repeat, like respond. It's not that type of thing. Their job is to make sure he comes home. And that's what they're gonna do do their job.
Definitely. So, but because even B-Slam posted a fucking photo of who was it, Bortland, like up in court. Like I don't even know what he was doing, but like that was one of the few little glimpses that we've seen. We've seen a few little snapshots of Melly on the jail phone and everything like that too. But yeah, I don't know. I mean,
they got really tight on him though after his birthday because remember he had like that whole with the shoes things he had posted on Instagram. They took away some of his like privileges with the phone and the things, you know.
He had posted some shoes.
He had like his Gucci shoes for his birthday on his ears while we was on the phone. You know, at the end of the day, I just feel like he gets so much love and so much like support from the outside, and he is a full celebrity in a regular jail. So they're gonna always find ways to try to like take away from him just to kind of make him feel regular, I guess.
From your perspective, though, how would you describe his mental health or his outlook on everything?
He's always like he always been. He's happy. He's, you know what I'm saying, ready. He's like focused. He's just been really taking that time to work on his craft. He did those 3 years. He treated it like boot camp. He wrote over 100 songs, perfected his melodies, got his instruments, like his image, like style, like everything that you would want to be ready for when you come out as a megastar. That's what he was doing. So now he's ready to come home. Like all that stuff is done. It's downloaded. He's ready to jump out and be with everybody and continue making history.
Wow.
For sure.
Crazy. Do you think? I don't know. Like because when you were in here last time, he was on the call with Drew,
right?
And we spoke. And I was kind of taken aback of like, wow, he sounds normal as fuck. Like he sounds like he never went away. Like he sounds like he's just out on the outside.
Yeah, for sure. That's how he is. He's that type of person though. He's that type of energy. So you could cage him, but he's still free. You know what I'm saying?
You know, that's one thing I noticed with a lot of rappers is that they could be going through shit like having a case hanging over their head. They could be, you know, like locked up, etc. A lot of rappers, like I noticed this with Bobby Shmurda recently. It's like he wasn't able to be negative about it. Like he said that even when he was locked up, he stayed positive the whole time. He just had that good energy. And when you think about it, to make it out of the fucking trenches, to make it out of a situation where you're not supposed to make it out, you kind of need to have that ridiculously optimistic, positive attitude because otherwise you would end up like everybody else.
Right. And it's drainful. Like, you know, since... You know, I just dropped the project Mercury, and one of the singles on there is with Melly called Slums.
Right.
And you know, just in that whole song, even him being on the phone, you could hear how like he's still into this world. Like he's calling to check up on you. Like he's calling to, he's still recording hooks. You know what I'm saying? Still coming with music. You're not gonna break YNW Melly because at the end of the day, he's him. You know what I'm saying? He's that type of energy. He's gonna be good.
Definitely.
Mentally, and it's hard. It will be hard for a lot of people, like all the success, all the money in the world, and you feel caged. But I never seen that on him. If anything, it made him work even harder in jail and take care of everybody. That's why I was on that record. I'm like, Melly, you're a hero. Like you take care of everybody for 3 years behind the cell, like with your income, you know, the right way. So he's blessed. So he never felt the type to feel like down.
And you feel like do you feel like you kind of like owe him massively because, you know, obviously your career really got rolling with him at a certain point. Like when you think about your relationship with him, do you thank him for where you're at right now?
Honest truth, like the same way I feel about him, he feel about me, right? The only difference is you would think that I really, like I came in and Melly career, like because of Melly, I became a massive like brand, and I did. But before Melly could get me to a massive brand, he had to use my brand regionally to get to where he at now, because I was kind of lit before Melly, you know what I'm saying? Like as far as just being around Kodak the whole time already, people already knowing the Sniper Gang brand. I was kind of like super in with Sniper Gang.
And you had business smarts.
Yeah, so.
Which is, I'm assuming he did at that age.
So like World Star, like for example, before YNW Melly, like he, you know, to get on World Star, I had to get him on World Star off my face. I had to like put him in like Lil B before he could get the Thug and all the big features. He had to get a Lil B off my face. He had to go do a couple things, studio, you know, a little money. Like
Melly has a song with Lil B?
Yes.
Really?
Yes, he do.
How the fuck am I in the dark about that?
Off his Collect Call EP. Y'all check that out. Collect Call EP. And that's his project. That's our project together.
I was wondering for a second. I'm like, are we talking about the same Lil B?
Yes, Lil B, bass guy.
I was thinking there might be like a
San
Lil
Francisco.
B in Florida.
No, that's my boy. Hey, shout out to Lil B, man. I'm gonna give you flowers. He was one of the first, you know, people to kind of just like embrace.
That's legendary.
Yeah. So like to answer your question, like for real, like I owe everything to Melly, and you know what I'm saying, my team for everything, because without him becoming a massive artist, and he didn't even get a chance to do it the right way because he's been locked up for 3 years. And imagine how hard we as a brand had to go hard to work to even match his energy for 3 years for him to come home to where we like eye to eye on some like,
because he wasn't even famous for like a year.
No, he wasn't that.
Less than a year, right?
It was like 6 months.
Jeez.
After he got, because we did a year of grinding. That's just the like regional stage. When the year he got starting to get known, remember he got picked up right when he dropped Mixed Personalities. He didn't even get a chance to see the video.
Right, because I remember it was like a very fast-paced thing where the album dropped. I listened to the album. I was kind of blown away by the album. I hit him up. He gets locked up the next day. And it was like, oh, fuck. Like right before the album, it was like, you got this Kanye video, like all this shit. Cause like,
it was just about he just got booked for his first tour, We All Shine tour. He was about to perform at SOBs for the first time. So when Melly got locked up, it was a pitiful point in his career. So for me and my brand and my team, we had to use that and keep it going from then to now. And fast forward, when he's coming home 2022, he's able to walk. out and see like what we build together. So I'm massively grateful for everything he allowed me and my team to get where we at. But he feel the same way about us because we had to hold it down and get there too, you know.
Were you like waiting to put your music out? Were you thinking that he was going to be home like a year ago or 2 years ago or however long, and then you were kind of thinking you were going to start rapping like with him?
Man, I wasn't even thinking about putting out music because Vaughn was already too hot. Like Vaughn was heating up. So when Vaughn was heating up, it was like when Melly got picked up, like that time frame he got picked up at that level he was at. Vaughn was at that level now, getting to where Melly was at when he was getting locked up, when he got picked up for the murder. So I was just focused on moving Vaughn. I didn't really start thinking about music again until after Vaughn got killed, because I got shot that day. Could have lost my life. Like it was such a horrible situation, and it just kind of like reminded me like, yo, you gotta really do what you want to do, and you gotta love what you do in life. And I always had love for music, so I'm not gonna jump out and say, hey, I'm a full-time artist like all the way, because I got a huge brand. I got a lot of artists that I make sure careers is, you know, and under my vision and care. So I'm not fully all the way jumping in it, but I'm gonna drop some music. I'm gonna do some DJ Khaled, DJ Mustard type styles, put some of my artists on records, write the records, you know what I'm saying? Do some hit maker vibes and stuff like that, right? So I just wanted, you know, I'm turning 30. Like I just turned 30 at that time, so I'm like, I just got shot, just turned 30. You know, let me focus on other parts of my life that I don't want to live too far.
Was part of it that you just had shit to say, like that you maybe weren't going to say?
I always had shit to say. I'm from the slums. I came from Sniper Gang era, thugging, like doing music, really how you're getting it. You feel me? So I always had something to say. It's just that it wasn't my focus, because my focus was Vaughn. My focus was Melly. So I always had a different focus at that time, because I wanted to give them my all. You feel me? My full potential, my full work that I could do. Right. So right now, with the brand being where it's at, and I got like the staff of 15 plus people, my wife and everybody that helps, I'm able to not to be so hands on. So I could drop some music. I could be in the studio more, do more things on the artistry side.
But in theory, you know, rappers talk about a lot of shit in their music that they would not say in an interview. Right. Melly included. Right. You know, Vaughn included. Yeah. The Vaughn that I hear on tracks was quite different than the Vaughn that I interviewed, you know, because obviously he don't want to get in trouble, et cetera. Right. So he's not going to say some of the things. But then in music, you have some degree of artistic license where you can talk about whatever, and it's not like it's going to be able to be viewed as a confession of something or whatever.
I get what you're saying. I mean, I feel like I do got a lot more I could talk about now, because one, I got the conversations of where I could talk about the past of me just hustling and grinding. Then I got the whole view of being a successful executive. Then I got the whole streets where I really work with some of the biggest gangsters, some of the biggest street respectful artists, even with, you know, Kodak and being around Dirk and around so much people, and everybody know my story as far as like being able to like make things work as a young person. You know, I just turned 30, so I'm still a young nigga in this. So I do got a lot to talk about now, getting shot, having money, being married for, you know, over 5 years. So yeah, it's about that time. Like shit, it's time for y'all to hear what I got to say too. Right. You know, I've been talking through my artists, and now I'm talking to myself.
But is there an extent to which like just finding artists and working on music with artists, would that not have made you happy in the long run?
I don't think it would not make me happy, because I love getting money. I love seeing other young men, young women blow up and change their life. There's something different about being an executive than being an artist, though, because the satisfaction you get as an artist is when you get a plaque, or when you sell 1 million record, or when you start getting money. But as an executive, the satisfaction is when you really see your artists like breaking records and getting money and changing their life. So I would never not be happy to be an executive, but then I don't want to not be happy and do what I want to do too.
Does it feel like you have like a portfolio, like you're a stock trader? And you have all these artists, and some of the artists are up at times, and they're down at times, and sometimes they're just, you know, and sometimes you have one that just takes off beyond belief, that all of a sudden all your focus is on that, and you have a portfolio, you know, you have artists that you get involved in when they're nothing, and maybe they continue to be nothing, but maybe they become fucking Google.
You're right, it is. And I never looked at it like that, but it is just like that. And right now, all my stocks are, you know what I'm saying, at a good place in their career. Even the artists that the world may not know, they in an okay place in their life where they could just focus on being an artist.
Right.
So I'm able to be able to do the same for myself.
Right. Yeah. I mean, it just occurs to me that there's a huge amount of interest in like Florida street music, and I see you as kind of being like one of the people who's done the best job, like actually creating a business, being early on finding those people.
Yeah. No, thank you. That means a lot, and I feel like we are too. And Florida, not try to boost my own ego. I don't think there's nobody else that's doing it like 100K in Florida, and we're not talking about like. Right. The Rick Ross, the Maybachs, because they're already there. You know what I'm saying? Even Sniper Gang, like I feel like their brand is already established.
Right.
Like we talking about the last 2-3 years, my era. Since you got the new era in rap,
right?
I feel like 100K is the new era in executiveness and management and label and all that. Feel me? So
yeah, no, definitely. Do you have any like artists, because you deal with so many street artists? You ever have artists who like genuinely don't like each other, and you kind of have to be like peacemaker / like the person in between on the street politics?
It don't happen. Not a lot that you would think of, but there's been some incidents. But it's always been love. Where like I'm the young OG, I'm the 30-year-old OG. So I guess I jump in like, hey, bro, chill. We're a team. We family. We 100K. And I track off your face.
Right. And
then they usually work out. And if it's really bad, then it's like, nah, then something got to shake, because why is it so bad? But it was never to that point.
But there are probably artists in Florida that you've looked at that you thought had potential, but it would have been too much problems to have them on your shit.
Of course, yeah. I would be a lie to say I didn't.
Right. You have to be mindful.
Of course, yeah.
Definitely.
And I don't want to pick sides. I don't want to feel like, even as an executive, and I want to like get this clear too, right? I'm put in a position every artist to kind of have to pick a side, right?
Right.
So when you got like a King Von O Block, then you got Hot Boy 438, and you got a Melly, YNW, or whatever coalition every artist have, sometimes they forget it's politics and music and business, and they be trying to make the brand force sides, and I'm not for that. Like, I don't want to force side on nobody beef, because I love all my artists and I love all my, people that I work with, but I'm here to make life being better. I'm here to change my narratives. I'm here to change your narratives. I don't want it to be where it's like we're trying to be a gangster group where now it's like every clique is bro. Right. I really want like it to be work. Let's work. We don't gotta like each other. You don't gotta like so and so. You don't gotta, man. We're here to work, man.
Right.
Let's get this money, because nobody here would knew each other if it wasn't for this music and getting money like this.
But
right?
do you ever feel like you're talking to a wall when you're telling somebody like you got to put the politics aside and just be professional business wise?
It is talking to a wall for some of them. It is, but just because you a wall, I don't have to be a wall with you.
Right.
My brand don't got to be a wall with you. I'm not gonna put that. I'm not gonna put that energy in my atmosphere.
Right.
I'm not gonna force my staff to feel like that. I'm not gonna force individuals to feel like that. And I understand. I'm from the streets. You know what I'm saying? I get politics and I get certain things. Sometimes it's in a no return, and I get it. But I'm not gonna put that on innocent people around my team and innocent artists that had nothing to do with it.
Right.
If it's that particular group, all right, we're gonna deal with it how we deal with it. We're gonna move how we move. But don't make it sprinkled to this artist or that artist. I ain't with that.
Respect. Were you working with Muwap before he
of course, you're
got
not
locked
working
up?
with the Muwap.
Right.
Block.
Okay.
Block. That's my block.
Did you meet him when
when
that Vaughn video happened out there, or did Vaughn introduce you to him?
Yeah, we knew Muwap. I knew Muwap like running around with Vaughn for like, you know what I'm saying, almost 2 years.
Okay.
Feel me? Like Block, my block, like Vaughn block, like they family, like the way they treat me out there, it's like I'm not even from Florida. I'm from Chicago. I'm from they block. So all of them is like that to me, not just Vaughn. Like Vaughn is the artist that's huge, but I love Muwap the same. I love Charles the same. Murder. I love, feel me? I love BJ. I love all them boys the same way. Like even little shorties from the block or little homies that's not all the way. I love them because where they came from, like they upcoming, where they come from, bro. It's real out there, bro. Like like you gotta have love for them. It's bad in Florida, but over there it's crazy.
We think some other shit.
We think money, we think hustles, we think stuff. They think, yo, I hope I don't die today. Like, I hope my dog don't die today.
Yeah.
Like, that's why I got so much love for them. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Was there any thought to not putting those Muwap verses on your project because they're kind of aggressive?
But really, they've been like that forever. So accused of a crime or not, he was doing that before. And I trust Muwap to have confidence that he's not saying nothing in that records that physically been done. Cause bro, I can't control what you say on a record, like, cause I'm not with you every day to know what you really doing or what you're not doing. Right. But I get more and my artists that trust that, yo, handle your business like a man. Don't come drop this shit and it's, feel me?
Right.
But you know, nah.
Of all your artists you ever had though, have you ever heard a verse where you're like, bro, this is way too accurate?
Oh no, I don't stop. Listen, I done been in the studio and stop verses from like, nah, I ain't gonna lie, bro, you tripping. But if I'm not here to catch it, bro, I can't. Feel me?
And it's not like you know everything that ever happened
but
in that life.
But Adam, all right, you an artist,
right.
and I don't like not in a situation with you, but let's say I know from the grapevines that something happened, right? I don't 100% know because I wasn't there, but let's say I kind of know, and you say a line there, I'm like, hey, bro, then no, yeah, you tripping, gang, don't do that.
Right.
I'm gonna say that if I'm not just going, it's gonna make me money.
Yeah.
Nah, hell nah.
Because that's a short-term play. You want to keep them out, keep them free.
Come on, but in a live.
An artist is worth way more. That's what people say when people act like the labels want the artist to die.
I don't know how.
I'm
why
like,
would we want our artists to die?
Listen, the labels do a great job of continuing to make money off of artists once they pass. We've seen it over and over and over, and that's just what they do. They got to try to capitalize on their investment. Right. But an artist is worth way more to their management and to the label alive and healthy than in a bad situation, locked up or dead. Yeah.
Listen, I'm a label and a management, and I could honestly tell you how does it benefit me for Muwap to be locked up, Melly to be locked up, or Vaughn to be dead, or any of my artists to go, or Hot Boy to catch a charge. And no, it don't. It benefits us as a label, and I'm speaking for all labels and management here. I'll be the person to talk for us. Right. Like, it don't help when an artist die. Yeah, streams spike, but that's not our fault. That's y'all fault for being fake humans.
And that's like a good week. That's not like a good career.
But Adam, is that right now? Perfect example. Kanye West, right? Right. He just dropped the documentary. You go on Apple Music and Spotify. You seen College Dropout. You seen his tapes. It's top 25, 27. Did you think the label called and pressed the button? No, like we don't do that when an artist. We don't tell the fans, "Hey, the artist just died. Go run it up." Y'all do that. Y'all go do that. Like the supporters, the fans, and do that. So it don't benefit us for that peak point of making money. What's the next 3-4 years, 10 years look like? Right. We trying to win together. We don't win separate. You know.
Right. Definitely. You mentioned Kanye.
Yeah.
You worked with him on the Melly video and everything. Can we talk about what that was like? Because as I understood it, you basically told him no when he first wanted to hop on the song. You basically said, we're not fucking with it unless we can have you do a video to it.
Even that whole situation was kind of like surreal because it's like the man called. That's how unorthodox he is, and you gotta like love him like he a genius for real. Like he just called out of nowhere. Like, how you even get this? How you even get the number, right? Right. Like, yo, he hit Melly, yo, come, I want to work with you. This Kanye. So Melly like, bro, track. Somebody just hit me up and say it's Kanye. I'm like, what? I'm like, see what it is. It's really him. I guess he knew like some artist that he's with. I think it's Consequence. Or,
Consequence.
Or something. It's an artist. I forgot what he is. Like,
wait, Melly knew Consequence?
Not he from Atlanta. Not Consequence.
Consequence from Chicago, I think.
Yeah, no, bro from Atlanta. Like he worked with Kanye. He's like his artist.
Oh, fucking. Why am I forgetting the fool that we just interviewed?
I think it's Prince. He had got shot or something too.
No, he had the bad car accident.
Yeah, bad car accident.
Why am I retarded? Why am I forgetting?
You know what I'm talking about.
Oh, I just interviewed him the other day. That's
you
so
just
bad.
did his interview the other day?
No,
Shot
the other day.
Shot a Prince, right?
Sci-Hi the Prince.
Sorry. Yeah.
Jesus Christ, why that?
So boom. So Melly had a relationship with him just on some like networking stuff. Boom. Kanye got his number. So when we flew in, we like, yo, what's going on? Man, I'm a big fan. Melly like, damn, that's real. I'm a big fan. You know, I'm in the room. Melly in the room. We like, damn, this is Kanye West. Like, this is crazy. And he's, at that time, he was more on his spiritual vibe, right? He wasn't really too much dropping, like, you know, circular music. So he's like, we like, damn, what are you trying to do? He like, man, I want to do a song. I want to, like, work. Like, I'm really a big fan of you. So we like, all right. He played his tape. Man, his tape is fire. He got all type of drums and, you know, we going through ideas. So at that time, we catch a vibe. Like, it wasn't just Kanye, track, Melly, and it was more just like us, the regular people at the studio, you feel me? So, you know, we good. He played like 7 of his own songs. We give him feedback. Then he tell Melly play his song. We already in a project rollout. Like, no lie. Like, the song's already picked. this is the one that's gonna shoot a video. Cole Bennett's about to shoot this video. This about to happen.
So that was already planned.
It was already planned.
Okay.
So boom, we playing the song, you know, because he play his songs. Melly want to play. He told Melly to play his song. We get the mixed personalities, and he bugs out. This is me. This is Ye. Like, oh my gosh, I gotta be on this record.
He's right about that.
No, he's right. And at that time, like, it wasn't so like how it is now. So we like, yeah, shit, come on, like, and I'm like, damn, Melly, bro, I ain't gonna lie. Nah, we can't do it, Ye. He like, why? What happened? I'm like, cause this the song on his album. Like, this ain't like this is one of the main singles. We got a video plan. Like, just pick another record. He like, nah, track, nah, like, cause you know we done been vibing for about 3 hours playing his music, so we know each other. Like we chilling. Right. He like, nah, I'm do this record. I'm like, all right, I ain't gonna lie. If you do it, you gotta do it all the way though. Like, we're gonna wanna shoot, cause the video's already getting planned to shoot. So you gotta be in the video. We gotta clear the record. Like, we in the process. He like, nah, I got you. Got my word. He gave me his number. We started texting, calling. He was really on it. And I got so much respect for him because where he was at and where I was at and where Melly was at, he stood on business like we Kanye. Right. And he's Melly. Like, so man, like, I respect, like, I got so much respect for him.
That's pretty crazy to think that, as far as I know, Kanye would not have worked with Cole Bennett until then. That, like, you guys were the tie that brought them both.
It was the tie.
Because they're both, like, two of the most influential people from the history of Chicago, realistically.
And no lie, even that experience was wild because, like, with Cole was doing his thing, but Kanye was so out of this work, like, out of tune. He didn't know who Cole, like.
Oh my God.
I don't think he knew who Cole was. He probably did, but I don't know, bro. He was, he was like hype. I'm like, bro.
I've heard from a few people that have ran into Kanye and like they thought that Kanye was gonna know about what they were doing already, and he didn't know.
No,
which is crazy because there seems like Kanye knows so much about so many things, but he's exposed to every. But honestly, him not knowing about Lyrical Lemonade is insane. I don't understand that.
That whole situation was a fight because he's like, oh, I ain't gonna lie. Okay, let's do it. Let's have Cole do it, right? So I tell Cole, like, yeah, bro, like, we gonna still do it with you. He's like, I bet that's love. Because at that time, we trying to have a relationship with Cole too, because it's not just this one song. This is a huge brand. He's a dope guy. Like, you know, let's keep a relationship with him. We can't just look at it's just Kanye, like, it's not valuable for the future to have a Cole Bennett on your side too.
And at that time, you guys are really still working on like breaking Melly. Yeah, you know, it's like having the song come on Lyrical Lemonade is like so invaluable as like a way to roll it out. You know.
And when we got there, we did the whole video, and Ye was like not happy about the video.
Really, what was it that stood out to you?
I don't know, bro. We shot the video. During the video, it was good times. We all, you know, it was fire. He liked it to work. When he saw the edit, like 2-3 days before it dropped, he was more like, nah, I don't like it. I'm like, what? I'm like, what you think's wrong with it? And Cole's like on the other line, like, bro, I'm not gonna lie. What he wanna do? Cause he don't like the video. I'm like, bro, what's wrong? Like, why you don't like the video, yeah? Cause, you know, I'm the point of contact, not no lawyer. I'm talking to him, like, what you wanna do, yeah? He like, let's make it black and white. And I'm like, all right, bet. So I call Cole. I'm like, no, he said it straight. He just want to make it black and white. Cole like, track. The whole theme of the video is vibrant, green tree, green field. Like, it's supposed to be like bright. You feel me? And Melly got locked up. Right. So he didn't get a chance to see the video. So he's counting on me to make that call. And like, I'm like, I ain't gonna lie, bro. Melly really wanted the video colorful too. So we had to go back. I'm like, I ain't gonna lie, like, I fuck with you, bro. And I sent him a long ass text. And I got nothing but respect for you. I even appreciate everything like you doing for us and Melly and standing on business. But bro, I'm gonna just rock out with how it is with the video. And if you don't like have a relationship with us or with me after this, I just want to let you know I really appreciate it. Like, I just want to make the best move for my artist. He's locked up right now. He can't see it. He had a certain vision for it. I don't want to do that. I'm just gonna go with the Coles and drop it, and then dropped it and became a hit.
And Kanye was just like, all right, fuck it, let's do it.
Yeah, and shit, it was no bad blood, so it was cool.
Right. Yeah. Did he only want to use a couple of the scenes though? Because I felt like it only looked like a couple of shots.
If you want, there's only a couple of shots because he didn't want to shoot some other scenes. Oh, really? Like, he was like, nah, I'm not comfortable with the scene. Nah, I don't want to do the scene. So we only did 2. But to be real, I could tell you the genius answer is like he had a very supervision, I'm gonna tell you the truth. He was just being Kanye. He just probably at that time wanted black and white.
Are you watching the documentary?
Yeah, he snapped.
I feel like everybody in the world is watching it. But yeah, it's like when you see him back then, you see someone who had such a vision, but he still had to kind of do normal shit and get along with people and stuff. Facts. And now it's just like whatever he wants, he's just demanding that. If he doesn't like one single thing, he just lets you know.
And the thing is, I gotta really credit Kanye and give a lot of respect to Kanye too, because you would think where he at with the amount of money he have and the success he have,
right,
that he is on that like dictator mode where he whatever he do, but he's not like that. Because for him to, at that time, for him to do the video and clear this and still let you drop. He could have pulled a song. He could have like did a lot, bruh. Just because I'm like I want to go with Cole in this video, that don't mean he had to listen. He could have did stuff label wise and not make it happen, but he didn't. So I don't think he's like that. He's just creative and he didn't see the vision. But 3 years later, when it's a 4-time, 3-time platinum, highest stream on Apple Music on his Apple Music thing, you see his mixed personalities #2, one of Melly's biggest records. I feel like he's seen the vision after. You feel me?
Crazy.
So it was dope.
What was up with Melly was supposed to be on the XXL cover?
Yeah, he was supposed to be on that.
So you already knew that when he got locked up?
Yeah, we did.
Actually, it's a no-brainer, to be real. Like that would have been a pretty clear-cut choice at that time.
And I don't know who was it that time. Was it like that year? It was Gunna. It was a year where it was around that time where he was kind of like that boy with Murder on My Mind.
Right.
And when that situation happened, I guess due to his incarceration, they never said it, never brought it to life, and I guess it's just like it never happened. But we know he was chosen, so us as a team, and him, he an XXL freshman in our eyes.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
What a shame.
Right.
And he would have been a movement.
Bruh, if he didn't get locked up, it was undeniable.
It's kind of scary to think about where he'd be at this point in his career.
Remember, you tried to sign him.
He was already signed. You guys didn't tell me.
I didn't know.
You finessed, you finessed Atlantic out of it. Didn't they try to they made you guys pay it back, right?
I was in Atlantic. That was APG.
APG, right.
I fuck with APG though. I fuck with bro. Honestly, it was young, bro. I was a young executive. I didn't know what this and that was. I didn't know what upstream and come on, gang. I'm just jumping out of this.
Basically, I was with Atlantic or with APG.
Well, don't say I finessed the people because I ain't know.
No,
I didn't have acknowledgement.
Okay, so I'm with APG. I had found Melly through you.
Yes.
I bring them that song. They're actually hyped on it. I'm hyped on it.
You brought us to the studio and all.
Because, they want me to find artists. I'm thinking, Jesus Christ, I found this artist. This song is crazy.
You was hot as hell at that time, too.
I was hyped. I thought this was going down.
Right.
APG cuts the check. They fly you, him, and a couple other people
studio
out.
And all.
The family, etc. They did the smart thing. They only got you out there for like a day or two so that you can't meet up with other labels, really.
Right, they played the game.
And so then the APG hits me a couple days later, mad as fuck. My contact, they were heated. They go, did you know that Melly was already signed? I'm like, what are you talking about? He would have told me if he was already signed. Like, no, he already signed a deal with 300.
Right. Listen. Publicly to the, you know what I'm saying? I rock with Adam. Adam is my dog, so I want to apologize. At that time, I didn't know. For real, like you got to remember, like, the language that we first had. And this, you know what I'm saying? We working out with 300. We getting the business right. I'm not going to say I always had the best lawyers and the best team. Like, I'm young. This is first go around. You know what I'm saying? We getting up there. But the language kind of confused us because he said possible upstream. So we never did a deal with 300. We did a distribution for a project. And on the language, it says a possible upstream. Now I know that means, bro, you signed to us if we want you.
And if we don't want you, you can go.
I didn't know that.
Right.
So when you call me, I'm like, man, we ain't signed. We just distribution. So I didn't know. I apologize. Hey, my bad, APG. My bad, Atlantic.
It's just funny because like right now, if you fuck over No Jumper for $100, you fuck me over for $100. But that's the nice thing about having a corporate partner is that didn't. I was like, shit. I went to the studio for like an hour or two that I didn't have to. But
if I wanted to fuck you over, I would have been like, you got finesse. But intentionally, I didn't know.
No, I had no fucking. I mean, it didn't matter to me. It was just kind of a bummer because if I had only ever done one thing with Atlantic, it was sign Melly. That would just be like he signed Melly.
Ironically, but look though, ironically. Can we say you foreshadowed Melly getting signed to Atlantic now because they technically bought 300 and he's in the Atlantic system?
Oh, wow. I didn't even think about that. That's true.
So congratulations. You foreshadowed that, bro.
A W. We'll take it as a W for sure.
We even now.
Oh, my God. I wanted to ask you this. It's kind of crazy to think about how when King Von was here,
Yeah.
the music was super poppin', everybody loved him, but we didn't know that much about him. And since then, we have seen the internet just go crazy, uncovering old tweets,
Right.
crazy ass stories that the fans have seemingly been able to like put together and stuff. Is it sort of bizarre for you to see basically like the internet working together to put together these stories about him that may or may not always be true?
Man, look, bro, the stuff I'm seeing with Von and like the way the world embraced him and brought him to that height, I'm so like, I'm just so happy and so like amazed. And honest truth, like, bro, when I was working with Von and me and V-Roy, you know what I'm saying, this subject is still, you know, still a little tough because mentally, like, I wish he was here like every day to see it and to be there and really embracing his moment. But we was working towards what the world is doing for him now. So it's like, man, I feel like God did what he was supposed to do, and my boy didn't die in vain because he went out. He wasn't that huge. He was, like you said, he was getting there. And now, dog, the man is a legend. Like, he stamped in the game as one of the best storytellers, lyricists, a real deal gangster, you know, from the streets, from the bottom. So the way the world and what they bringing out, I feel like they're just interested. They're just so intrigued in him. So they're doing it intentionally, you know.
Right, definitely. Are
'Cause
you
it's dope.
Are you involved with the project that's coming out?
Of course.
Is it coming out Thursday?
Of course, it's coming out on Friday.
Friday, right.
March 4th. Oh, you mean at night? Yeah, 12 a.m. Yeah,
So-
March 4th. I never stopped being involved with Ron.
It's 9 over here on this West Coast. So to me, it's a Thursday night thing. To you, it's a bright and early Friday morning thing.
You're right. But
Okay.
I never stopped being involved. When Vaughn died, I stayed very close to the family, making sure, showing my support.
Right.
The baby mothers, making sure, you know what I'm saying, they was good, whatever I had to do. Just stepping up as a person, as a human. And then when all the personal stuff got situated and the estate got formed, new people came on board, of course, because, you know, the mother and the brother and the family, you know what I'm saying, is now control of the estate. So they brought, you know what I'm saying, lawyers, and they brought other things. And I was blessed, you know what I'm saying, because it was God's will. I was blessed to be still part of the team, and we're going strong. And, you know, I've been very, very appreciative of being part of the process and the music and things. I'm just happy to still be part of something that I would want to be part with forever if this situation did or did not happen. Regardless, me and Vaughn was locked in for the rest of our life.
But is he a rapper who had like albums and albums and albums worth of music, or is this like it on this project?
No way. Albums and albums with the music.
Really?
He was in the studio. That's all he did. Like, he didn't really care to do nothing else but record. He fell in love with recording.
Wow.
Yeah, Vaughn got like 3 projects in the stash.
Really?
Yeah, for sure. Hard projects too. This one, another one, and one more. And then potentially a last one if you really do it the right way.
Wow.
Yeah, he got like 3-4 albums.
Is it a concern for you though? Because, you know, when you look at certain artists like X, there's been a lot of controversy among the fans about certain projects. They feel like the label was just sort of scraping for every last dollar. Some of the projects weren't as high quality or whatever. Is that a conversation that happens between you and the family of like, these projects need to be this good or else it's not worth putting out?
The family really, you know what I'm saying, like Natasha, she's amazing. You know, she got her grandkids to deal with and she got life to deal with. So she trusts the team. She put in place someone she trusts on her side as a lawyer, someone she trusts on her side as a day-to-day, and them working with us, the management, 100K, and us working with Empire, and you know what I'm saying, OTF, Dirk, bands, and I'm still being involved on that side. They trust the process and let us really control the music and pick the record. So I don't think we lose. And it's not just us. Like, you got so much pieces of Vaughn that was there day-to-day, every day. We do a good job is putting the records together. I don't think that happened. Maybe his last album, 4th album, we're running out of music, we're running out of vocals. We got to make something shake for y'all, for legacy-wise. But these next 2-3 projects coming up is Vaughn all the way.
Right.
It's Vaughn all the way.
Definitely.
March 4th, history.
March 4th.
What it means to be king.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Did you drop your project like a week before intentionally, or did you want to roll them out around the same time?
It was intentionally and unintentionally. So after I got shot and Vaughn passed away, you feel me? I was going through a dark times. That's why the whole Mercury thing came through. Just like see the rain with the umbrella and the jewelry and all that. It's just being at a place where you're supposed to be the happiest and having the success that you want. That's when like you experiencing death of a homeboy for the very first time, or at a very magnified level in the career, and your other artists that you love very much, like your brother is incarcerated. So, and then just getting shot, physically getting hurt, wounded for the first time, then being in the public eye. Because original fame is different than the new public fame, because you got people with narratives and all type of stuff coming at you, wishing death on you, wishing stupid narratives on you. So it was just that process, I guess, from him dying and from me healing. That was just my self-therapy of just going back to the studio, being more, trying to focus more, tune out this world and focus more on being a better me. It just kind of fell to that. I didn't know Vaughn was dropping in March because we never had a date on it because we were just trying to figure things out. So when I had, and Melly tried, I didn't know, we put a speedy in, so it wasn't originally March. So everything just seemed to align to March.
Speedy is a speedy trial.
Yeah.
Right.
So everything seemed to just align to March. And I've been working on Mercury since like September of last year with track still with Muap and them. Dropped a couple singles, took time. It just happened to just fall into March. I'm like, well, I'm not dropping the same day as Vaughn because I would want all that to be focused on him. And I don't want to come after because I don't want to interfere with Melly trial. And I wanted March already, you know what I'm saying? And it just lined up with March 1st. I came, and then March 4th, Vaughn, and then March 7th, Melly trial.
For sure. Does it hurt you in any way to see somebody like Youngboy dissing Vaughn from Beyond the Grave and throwing O-Block and verses and shit like that?
Does it hurt me?
Yeah, or do you feel like it's distasteful? How do you feel about that?
I feel like that's the new wave we on. I feel like that's the culture. Like hip hop done transform into like ops, smoking, and packs, and I'm not in the forefront of saying, oh, we need forgiveness, because my artist was one of the biggest talkers like that. So I get it where they from, and you know what I'm saying. I don't understand the problem because I don't know where it initiated from, but I know once blood is shed and things like that, people are gonna feel some type of way. So no, it don't hurt me that he's talking like that regarding anything, because I feel like that's everybody in hip hop. Everybody want to op smoking and this and that, and everybody want credit and this and be gangsters. And you know, I'm not. Hey, if that's him, that's him. Like, he could push that narrative, and anybody else could push that narrative. But I'm gonna be pushing the hustle, success, business, entrepreneurships, staying alive, enjoying your money. I'm gonna try to put the other energy out while they put in that energy, because I'm not on that train at all. Feel me? I don't want to be on that train. Yeah. There's nothing fun about getting rich and getting successful to die.
I mean, yeah,
or going to jail.
That is the crazy thing when you see Youngboy, who basically right now is like staring down
on a Fed case,
a 10-year sentence or whatever, however long that might be, and it's still so important for him to be doing this confrontational shit with people in the streets that he has issues with. It's like there's nothing that could happen that would make them actually just be like, okay, maybe we don't need to be doing this.
And I want to clarify that situation too, right? It's like that situation to me is kind of weird a little bit, and this is my intake on it, right? You know how you got Youngboy and then you got like Fredo, or you got other people in their particular area that's damn near hard beefing with each other. And there's a lot of casualties, and there's a lot of things that happen that I wouldn't know, that the world wouldn't know. So there's a lot of trauma. So I could respect survival out of account those individuals within that circumference. When a situation like that happened where you locked up, you in a whole different area, your artist or your crew or whatever didn't even expect, nobody pulled up ready to with a drop and ready to like blitz and do nothing to nobody. It was literally a crazy, unexpected night. So, and the turnaround happened where everybody ended up getting fucked up. Your homeboy got shot. You know what I'm saying? Your other homeboy career is affected. Other people's involved. So I don't think that's the situation we should be kind of glorifying and propelling to a negative south. I feel like that's a situation we should be working together to be like, hey, bro, this was a fucked up situation, and we don't want the next generation, or we don't want other people to go through that. Let's try to steer a different path, because this wasn't your op. This wasn't somebody you beefing with on your block. So the way everybody's repping on this and repping on that, to me, is show you it's entertainment, because nobody was, you know, it wasn't like that before nobody died.
And it's crazy because when you think about something like Biggie and Tupac,
Right.
when they got killed, it was a huge change in hip hop. Like all of a sudden, you couldn't have a gun on an album cover. You couldn't like there was actual shit that happened because people were so horrified by the level of violence. Right. This is a situation where, you know, shit kind of was just business as usual. Like people kept using it in their music and stuff. Right. It really kind of is scary for the culture as a whole that people seem so callous. You know?
And listen, bro, I'm for whatever creativity you want to be for as a person. Do what you want to do to make you happy. I'm not like out here saying, bro, I'm saint and this and that. Listen, I ride around bulletproof truck. I ride around bodyguards. I ride around people to make sure, you know what I'm saying, my life is in good hands. Like, and I understand wherever I'm at, whatever situation it is, I understand the level of what's going on. But bro, I'm not gonna wake up every day and put my energy into that type of negative. And I wouldn't want a culture and a path that we as young men and young women used to look at and be like, yo, Ludacris and this, I want to be an artist. I want to live life like this. I want to take my people out the hood. We taking the narrative of music from making it, changing your life, being successful, being a role model, being the person that people cheer, to being killers and being murderers and being rich killers. Like, bro, that narrative is not gonna make us win. Legally, motherfuckers gonna be getting locked up, going to jail, like you see now. And physically, when are we gonna enjoy the money and when are we gonna enjoy like the roots and the labor that we put in if we always trying to like smoke each other or kill each other? Like, I ain't for it, bro. I'm not going. Like, y'all can have that. Y'all gangster for real.
Yeah.
Y'all can have that.
But it's a really bizarre dynamic because the opportunity is always just right there for somebody to go with the lowest common denominator and just say the worst shit. And if somebody makes a song and they say, I'm smoking on this dude, like it's going to get attention. And I'm going to hear about it. I'm going to watch it at least once. And then I'm probably going to know who that kid is. And you know, and it's just such an easy ploy for attention.
Adam, if it works for them and this is what they do what y'all do. But you know what works for me? This. And I'm going to do what I do. And I'm going to preach that and I'm going to live that. I'm going to spread that with my camp. Hopefully I could change whatever dynamics I'm changing up over here and still be ready to get whatever I'm blessed and supposed to get with. But I ain't, you know what I'm saying? I'm not going for it. I'm not going.
100%.
I ain't beefing with nobody. My camp ain't beefing with nobody. I don't got no drama with nobody. I'm defense 24/7, you know what I'm saying? I'm protecting myself at all times and I'm protecting my loved ones at all times. But I don't got it for nobody. I don't know none of y'all like to beef with y'all. Y'all wasn't beefing with me when anything on this side when we had $0. I guarantee you. Now I say if you from that region and you getting at it, this ain't for you. But I guarantee you when we had $0 and you had $0 or whatever, whoever had $0,
we would have been able to get along.
We're trying to find a way to go get that bag together, right? So
that's a shame.
I ain't tripping.
How'd you feel? And I'm sure it wasn't good when you saw that Kodak got shot a week or two ago.
I hated
in
that
LA.
shit. Oh, that shit gave me flashbacks. What just went down? Look like the same situation. Like, bro, I was like, what the? It's the same shit. And we got shot at the same place in our leg.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
And he said that was the first time he ever got shot after all the bullshit that Kodak been through over the years.
Right, and I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't out here living like Kodak Black, but you know what I'm saying? There's a couple times I could have put myself in a position to do that. But that was the first time, like, you know what I'm saying, getting shot. And I hated that he was in that position because Kodak is such a like talented, such a generational figure. I wouldn't want him nowhere near that. I want Kodak near, see, I would say Grammys and stuff, but that was a Justin Bieber play for me. Right. I want to see, when I hear Kodak, I want to hear platinum records, #1s, sellout tours, buying his mom $4 million house. That's what I want to hear when I hear Kodak. I don't want to hear my little dog, my brother getting shot. I never want to hear that.
I mean, outside of Justin Bieber party in the middle of Super Bowl weekend in like the most populated city in America, damn near.
Right.
Crazy.
Nah, I'm just so happy and blessed and thankful for God and you know what I'm saying, and the covering for him that he was able to walk out that with minor injuries. Cause man, can you imagine waking up the next day? I'm not even gonna put that in the air, you know, because that's not what happened. I don't even want to think like that. Like,
I went to bed not knowing what was going to be going on with Kodak.
Right,
like I'm staring at Twitter, refreshing it, like really fucked up. Yeah. And at a certain point, it's like, well, I got to go to bed. I hope this ain't like, because I mean that's what happened with Pop Smoke.
Bro,
I woke up and found out, like a lot of people, really.
Listen, remember, I'm still traumatized from the Vaughn situation. So what? No. Thank God. Like, yeah, bro, I love you, bro. Just, you know what I'm saying? Stay out the way.
You know, some really crazy shit, though, too, is I seen a couple of YouTubers making videos. I mean,
yeah.
if the cops don't know who did it, the cops really just need to tune into YouTube, because I seen some videos where I was like, holy fuck, like the cops' job has been done for them.
Bro, it's 2022. Every thing has been done like on social media. Like, you don't just, hey, guys, find a way to get money, find a way to stay out of trouble, find a way to just do positive things, because bro, it's 2022. Everything is pixelated.
If I was a driller, I would immediately be a retired driller, because this shit is not a fucking, not a good world right now. Like, because I think about it when I watch movies and shit, or I'm watching a documentary about, like, you know, a serial killer in the 70s or the 80s. I'm like, okay, like, this is a world in which you could get away with it.
Right.
These days, man, this shit is fucking bad.
It's bad, man. That's why, hey, look, that's why I tune into Mercury, like, for real, like, this project is dope. Did you hear it?
I did. I listened to a bunch of the songs on the way here.
What songs you listened to?
I don't know. Probably the ones with Muwop were the first ones I listened to. I'm like, I want to hear what this fucker's talking about. But yeah, no, it's lit.
Nah, this project is dope. It's just basically putting you in position, like in like a mind frame of just like real music that we haven't. People do real music. I ain't gonna fake it like people in out here dropping real music. You got artists that do that, but it's just from my perspective, because I wrote all those songs. You know what I'm saying? Like, other than the Muwop record and Track Still, and maybe, like, I think that's it. Those two records I kind of like just A&R'd and put together and but all the other records I actually wrote myself, pen wise, and melodies, and my artists just went and did what they did. And then you know, if any features that I got other than Tootsie and them, you know, those records was written is also like by me as well too. So it was very hands on.
Right.
So it's very like, you're gonna get a good vibe from it. You're gonna get like success, grinding, patience, virtue, gratefulness, you know, and you're gonna get like casualties, things like that. So it's like a wholesome.
Do you prefer doing the melodic shit or the more rap type shit?
I prefer doing like the melodic stuff, and not just because it's 2022, because it's just fun just to. I can't sing all the way for real, but shit, with that auto tune, it sound good. So I just like to hear that. It's like a world that, you know, I could rap, but I like to like do the melodies.
Yeah. Hey man, I'm proud of you.
Thank you, bro.
Putting big moves together. Very few people could navigate the losses that you've taken and still find themselves in a position to keep growing and doing big things for your team and your family. So I'm proud of you, man.
Man, thank you, bro. You know what I'm saying? I see what you done did here. This is amazing. Like, you just told me the amount of time you put in here. This is crazy.
Oh, yeah. Well, we don't have to put like Melly's manager in the title anymore.
Right.
It's just 100K track. I think they get the point at this point.
I get it. Right. Y'all get it.
You're icy enough.
Right. You know, and I want to shout out everybody that helped me with the Mercury project, all the artists. You know, Hot Boy really participated heavy on it. I got like 2 records from him. Shout out to, you know what I'm saying, Tootsie, dope artist, you know what I'm saying. My artist, Heem, went on tour with him, so I put them back on another record together. Shout out to Rico, you feel me, Slat Zai, B-Slime, Melly, little brother. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Everybody
B-Slime
else
got more heat on the way. What's going on with him?
He been dropping.
Okay.
You ain't been tuning in to B-Slime?
No, I got to get more tuned in.
Better tune in. He been dropping. Feel me? Nah, little bro snapping. And Melly come home, you know, joint project tour. So.
I seen a picture of B-Slime and I was just like, fuck. He's big now. He was a child when I interviewed him.
Right. Dang. Was that like 2 years ago?
It must have been at least 3. It's probably
he was 12. No, he was 12, bro. And he just turned 14.
12-year-olds?
Because he's hot. And 100K, man. He's solid. You feel me?
Definitely. So you made the decision not to sign the Island Boys?
How you know I was trying to sign them?
I don't know. It just popped in my head. I'm like, those are the only popping Florida rappers you maybe didn't have your hands on.
How did you know that, though? I did call him and try to talk to him and stuff. And he was like, yeah, let's do it right now. You serious? You serious? I'm like, yeah, I'm serious. But like, bro, you know, let's studio and stuff. How much? They was just 2 turn.
Really?
Shit, they straight.
Wow.
Yeah, cool.
They could definitely use help in the music category.
Hey, listen, bro. Anybody, listen, I write really good music, like, for real. Like, I ain't tripping on being an artist, but you know what I'm saying? Like, but writing-wise, you know what I'm saying? I'm coming through with that pen. So if you need, like...
They could use a pen.
Yeah, if you guys need good pen game, like, you know what I'm saying? Holla at me. And labels, too. Like, you know, I done been in the studios with, you know what I'm saying? I done helped the record with Dirk and Vaughn. With Hitmaker, the, you know what I'm saying, the one that went crazy after he died.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, being in the studio, like, I could see how artists don't really get too comfortable because I was Von first time like getting like writers and participate. But it ended up being a real dope record and becoming a huge hit. So any artists out there, like if you feel like you got roadblocks and things like that, man, holla at me. Like, you know what I'm saying? I've been in, you know, I done been in the studio, so I'll give you
track will get you popping
all the way around the board. Glee.
All right. So the album is out.
Mercury.
Check in with that.
Long live V-Roy. Free Melvin.
Prayers up. Melly coming home.
He is coming home for sure. Y'all got my word on that.
Anybody else that you're really pushing hard right now that you just want to shout out or that you got new shit dropping from?
I'm really, really excited about FCG Heen and you know what I'm saying, Rico Cartel, and also, you know, YTB Trench with Young Thug. And the whole O Block, you know what I'm saying? Boss Top, Moop, you know what I'm saying? The whole O Block, you know what I'm saying? All them boys like.
You can give me a Boss Top interview?
You ain't do a Boss Top interview?
No, I seen Vlad got one and I'm like, God damn, why didn't I think of that?
I ain't gonna lie, consider it done. When you want to do it, it's on me.
Laura?
Lock it in. Boss Top.
For sure.
All right.
Yeah, man. Proud of everything you got going. Everybody out there, support the home team, Florida.
Yes, sir. Go stream and download
Young
the Mercury
Florida
right
boy
now.
just
Feel me?
doing his own thing.
Independent too, like Jay-Z back in the day. My own money, spend my own bread, you know what I'm saying? Got my own team doing it. Ain't no major stuff. So I'm really trying this like how Jay-Z and them did it back in the day. It's expensive as hell though, being an artist. Bro, it's way more cheaper to be an executive. I could dress, well, I've been fly, but dripping every day, which is fun too. I'm on y'all ass this year when it's dripping shit. You know what I'm saying? The music videos, all that shit expensive. So I get it. That's why y'all got to stop dissing these labels talking about, oh, this and that. When we put in $200,000-300,000 on projects, it got to hit. And I'm living what I'm talking because I'm doing it for myself. And I do it for a whole bunch of artists out there too. But, you know, I partner up with labels and use their bread. But this is me using my own money. I'm like, damn. I see what they talking about. This shit get expensive.
You still pushing that white boy?
Which one?
Drew.
I'm pushing. And that white boy is not. First of all, Drew is forever the GOAT. Big boss. You know what I'm saying?
He got a podcast now too, right?
Yeah, Drew
You
Mania.
do it with him? Or are you on all the episodes or just some of them?
Honestly, I really wasn't trying to be. It's just that I'm just trying to like get him outside of holding a camera, and I'm trying to put him out there. But he got to get used to it, so I kind of jumped in there to help and stuff like that. But I'm gonna lead the podcast world for y'all. I can't do everything.
Right. That's a good point.
When you going come on Drew Mania, support my boy Drew.
Whenever I'm in Florida, hit me up. I'll take a little
trip. Hey, look, I'm gonna pay for the flights. I'm gonna get the hotel, and I'm gonna get you the driver and take care of breakfast for you. So you gotta come.
I'm getting flued out.
Flued out.
Let's go. Appreciate you. 100K track.
Sure.
My God, support everything he got going on. Hop on Spotify, Apple Music, all that shit. Let's go. 100K track, No Jumper, coolest podcast in the world. Check us out on YouTube, TikTok, Patreon, all that shit. Like, comment, subscribe, nojumper.com if you want to support. We out.